Are you looking for a popcorn ceiling repair in Toronto or the GTA? Hi, my name is Kyber with PatchBoyz Toronto Drywall Repair, and today I'm going to bust a couple myths that people have around repairing stipple ceilings or popcorn ceilings, as well as show you a few of the jobs that we've done and could do for you. So first off, a lot of people have approached us thinking they need popcorn ceiling removal under the assumption or the instruction that stipple cannot be matched. This is something they heard from a contractor. And oftentimes this is the case when a contractor is brought in by an insurance company and that contractor either does not have the skills to match the stipple, or there has been water damage and we don't exactly know where that water damage starts and ends, and there could be bacterial content on the upper side of the drywall. And in those cases, it is oftentimes best to remove a large area of that ceiling to make sure that you're getting as much of that contaminated drywall and reduce the probabilities of bacterial growth or mold, as we would commonly call it. But the simple fact is that stipple can be matched. Now, there's no such thing as a perfect match, and we always tell our clients this, but there is such a thing as a very close match, and a match that's imperceptible to the human eye, and especially imperceptible to us at first glance. I'll show you a picture here where if you look at the top right of the image, you can see there's a lot of space between the stipple granules. And now here, we don't want to go too far because as you go further away, well, of course, things are smaller. But right here is where it starts to be blended with new stipple. And it's so gradual that it's not noticeable and it's comfortable for the homeowner. You don't feel like your eyes are just going to drift there every time you go into the dining room. So we'll go through a couple more images, a few more, and I'll just talk on each one here. Here we had a crack near the base of the chandelier. We were able to fix that. This is drywall tape that's peeling. We were able to fix that, respray, and the customer was more than happy. Here there was a trough for wiring. We filled that in. We cut the holes so that the electrician can put the pot lights in. The wiring is up there. This isn't a stipple ceiling. In this case, there was a piece of trim in front of the chimney stack, and this was removed, and they asked us to blend this after another contractor told them that they would have to remove all the stipple. Not the case. We're happy to do that for our client. Another case, this one was water damage. We cut that out, as should be done, and then repaired it, and then resprayed it. Here, the drywall was damaged and wetted on the flat border, but it also infringed into the stipple zone. So we resprayed that and recreated the flat border. In this case, the client had a hole. We fixed it. And as you can see here, you can kind of notice the square. And this can sometimes happen when the drywall or the stipple ceiling hasn't been painted in a while. And even though the client gave us the same paint that they used under the stairs, if it has been a while since the ceiling hasn't been painted, there are cases where you're going to want to repaint the ceiling, or at least a certain section of the ceiling. Here, the client can just paint up to this seam, and that'll be fine because these two parts of the ceiling will always look different because of the way the light refracts onto it. Here, same thing, flat stipple with flat border. We always recreate that flat border for them. It's not a problem. And we could go on and on. But all to say that stipple or popcorn ceiling repair can absolutely be fixed. There's no reason why it can't be if the contractor has technicians that are well skilled and well versed in stipple removal. Again, my name is Kyber with PatchBoyz Toronto Drywall Repair. And if we can be of service to you, please give us a call. Send us your pictures. We'll have a look. We'll give you a free estimate. There's no obligation there. And if we can agree on things, then we'd be happy to come into your home and get things back to the way they were before the hole or the damage or whatever it may be. Thanks for watching. Look forward to hearing from you.